When Peacekeeper 1 and Peacekeeper-X clash in the streets of Gotham, will Batman be enough to stop the collateral damage? Well, let's hop into the pages of Batman number 114, a continuation of Fear State, and find out together, shall we? Alrighty then, so as we join the comic, we check on in with Miracle Molly. Her and the other members of the Insanity Collective are still hiding out in Queen Ivy's garden. Molly has taken to try to build herself a brand new glider, not wanting to sit on her hands while the city is in need. Queen Ivy actually asks some very difficult questions of Molly, saying what the hell does she care about Gotham or its people or its safety? Isn't the whole point of the Insanity Collective to live outside the bonds of society? Molly says that that's a common misconception, that her and the Insanity Collective have always cared about people. It's just the corrupt systems propped up by people like Saint and the governments propped up by weak people like Nakano that are the problem. It's why they use Master Wise's dream machine to free their minds, to start anew without fear or trauma, and it's at that point Molly begins to wonder if Scarecrow has caught on to that idea, and if somehow the machine isn't part of his plan, but more on that in a minute. From there we transition on over to Ricardo, aka Peacekeeper-X. He's managed to corner Peacekeeper 1, Sean Mahoney, and is trying to bring him in without one giant PR disaster. After all, despite the people he's already killed, Saint thinks that he could end up spinning this to their favor. Ah yes, Peacekeeper 1, the new champion of Gotham, suffered just like the people did under the Scarecrow, but he came out the other end. Unfortunately, Mahoney is far too gone at this point. The Scarecrow has seeped his way inside of his mind and is playing on all of his worst personal fears. We also find out that before the A-Day attacks, Arkham was going to fire him as a guard anyway, so add that to his ever-growing list of failures. Peacekeeper 1 and Peacekeeper-X get a chance to fight, and we see that not all the Peacekeepers are made equally, though they do have many of the same tools, including superheated arm blades. Because, you know, say what you want about this tie-in run on Batman, good, bad, or benign, this is easily the most anime the book has ever been. It's at this point, too, about halfway into this Batman comic, Batman himself decides to finally show up. Boy, isn't that nice of him. Bruce had theorized that Mahoney and Peacekeeper 1 were integral to the Scarecrow's big Fear State plan, and as such he wants to try and save him from Saint scooping him back up again. Though that plan quickly escalates into stopping the two Peacekeepers from destroying the entire city as they begin to pull out bigger and bigger military weapons to use on one another. We discover that Peacekeeper-X's big ace in the hole is actually some sort of supercharged laser weapon. This thing could easily take down a flying fortress, and here he is shooting it off in a residential area with no care in the world. The worst part is that it doesn't even stop Mahoney, it just scars him up real bad. The Scarecrow is still egging him on from within his corrupted mind. And believe it or not, it's all the push that Mahoney actually needs to defeat Peacekeeper-X, who was designed for the sole purpose of hunting other Peacekeepers. And in the end, all it ends up costing him is his arm. I'm sure he wasn't using that anyway. With no other options left, Simon Saint very cheerily makes a tough decision, and that is to self-destruct Peacekeeper-X's suit. I had theorized throughout this run that Ricardo was always meant to be more than just Simon Saint's personal assistant, and I guess this confirms it. That might have been an interesting storyline to follow, but this is all we really get. Peacekeeper-X ends up going boom and assumedly taking Peacekeeper 1 with him. It's left a little open-ended, and Batman is ultimately pulled out of the rubble by Miracle Molly, who gets him up to speed on everything she believes the Scarecrow is planning to do with Master Wise's mind machine as the comic comes to a close. And so that was Batman number 114, everybody, and as much as it pains me to say, it's another deeply unfortunate, padded installment into this Fear State event series. I mean, I guess you might find it cool to see Peacekeeper-X and Peacekeeper 1 fight each other and all the cool new abilities and stuff their suits have going on, but it wasn't for me. I can also appreciate Tynion attempting to make Simon's relationship with Ricardo a little deeper and a little bit more compelling, but I mean, come on, we only knew Ricardo for like, what, 5 panels maybe? All of Fear State at this point just kind of reeks of creators going through the motions. We gotta do it because we gotta get it done and move on to the next thing. It feels like Tynion's not having fun anymore, and by extension, I'm not having much fun either, which is why I only give this one a 6 out of 10. And most of that score goes to Jimenez's art. Nothing all that interesting might be happening, but at least it's very nice looking nothing. Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again, thanking you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out my Amazon link down in the description. Yes, that's right, the Cape Joel channel officially has its own Amazon storefront now. You can pick up a comic or anything else for that matter, and if you did, you'd really be helping me in the channel. So with that out of the way everyone, I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.